Look, it's a flood.
The flood.
It's flooding.
Get away.
Quick, we need to get to higher ground.
Open the floodgates.
Trump admits he has Iran derangement syndrome.
Who brought tiki torches to Kevin Hart's roast?
Can Drake's Iceman turn the temperature up for the summer?
Or are we heading to another lockdown over the Hanavirus as
The
gerrymandering rises up and crashes through with a harmony like you never knew? Boys to Men back again is Doc
and Ziggy
with the flood. That's right, your favorite weekly pop culture digest, still kicking it to you with the news happening around you.
And talking about how it shapes the culture that defines you with
our
pop perspective.
To put that culture in context.
And make the mainstream make sense, because if we don't make sense, we don't make
dollars.
Holla.
That was very opening day national anthem of you just
enthusiasm.
Now. Yeah.
With the enthusiasm, we have to shout out our patrons: Enraged Peacock.
Hey, we see you in the
coolest
stands,
cat
the
named
man
Slater.
named Slater.
The coolest cat named Slater surfing something.
I had it, but you know, you always gotta throw your little bit of seasoning on there, right? And
A Thunder Night, Ryo, and Andrew P. Raymer.
Shout out to all our faithful patrons and all the new listeners. Don't forget to like and
share,
subscribe and share. Please share.
Yeah.
Not enough people are sharing, and it's tearing the world apart.
Yep.
But you know how we like to start things off here, and if you don't know, now you know. We usually like to dig into the tunes that you are swimming to.
And this week's algorithm anthem is...
It's gotta be a 3P Iceman Habiti and Maid of Honor, right? Like, we going full albums this week because the Iceman has cometh, right? Pause.
I hate that nickname. He just took that nickname.
It all feels so try hard. I saw this meme a while ago that like about the Toronto accent and how like the slang and the way they talk all feels very try hard and pick me. No disrespect to Toronto, I didn't make the meme.
The best meme I saw about it was like him in a music video, and it was like, he looks like a 5-year-old daughter wearing everything she got for Christmas all at once.
That's great. It also feels very
accurate.
I was gonna say Hank Hill of a take, right? Looking at black kids in the ball. What's with the puffer jacket? It's 70 degrees outside.
Oh, it was mink. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, right, because it's strict. We're talking about the King of
Must
Lust
be problematic.
has arrived. Champagne Poppy is back for the summer tings, and the reception has been mixed, to say the least. And that is definitely saying the least, because a lot of what they're saying ain't great.
Yeah,
it ain't great.
So I had a thread response get over 5,000 likes 2 days ago.
Nice humble brag. I fucks with it.
No, I mean I'm good at threads.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not humble bragging.
I'm not
at
humble
all.
bragging.
This is a very loud brag. I know ball.
This isn't a brag when you know ball.
Go for it.
But they said it was a clip from Kendrick at the Super Bowl, and the caption was, "There's no way to recover from this." And I commented, I will never get tired of it.
They'll never get over it.
Bell-bottom jeans and the smile only a supervillain could have.
Man, let me tell you.
Really, and the only other comment that was like more than mine was biggest own in television history. A stadium of like 100,000 people screaming A minor, and then the collective world watching probably screaming along.
So I understand
Like,
that
it's really, really hard to take Drake seriously after that.
I mean, okay, so I understand that for the most part, right? Even though you are an admirer of hip hop, you are a casual participant.
Yes,
Right.
I can safely say that.
So I think, the easy narrative to
Time out
run
real
with
quick.
here.
I am a casual participant, but I am not a casual.
I just said casual.
All right, but
I said casual participant. Don't
but
do
not
that.
a casual.
I accurately described your position here.
Yes, I just want to clarify for all of the people who are like, "Oh, casual participant?
does
You must
not.
be a fucking casual." I'm not a casual. I just dabble.
He also does not jerk off to girl cock. Is it too early in the episode to mention girl cock? Probably.
We're less than 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
I
Way
love
too
how
early.
Philip DeFranco is like, all right, we can't say the F word until 30 seconds
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
And like,
That's been a thing though, because YouTube will demonetize you. If you can get past 10 minutes, then you're fine. You're like pretty much good to like cuss after that. But the first like 10-minute window, you got to be like ad clean, right? And I can respect it. But what I also don't respect is the fact that it seems like Drake is still hurt. I also don't
the
like...
other song we were debating on choosing was Janice, Shut the Fuck Up.
I actually really fuck with the title of that song. That's
like that is...
Not because I know a Janice that needs to shut the fuck up, although I'm sure everybody knows a Janice that needs to shut the fuck up.
Friends.
Is that
Chandler's Janice.
That's probably where the song comes from. Because Drake wants to remind everybody that he's white,
I think there were 2 black people at that entire show.
He even went so far as to drop, Nazi Jewish root reference lines. Now they Nazi and the boy is because of my Jewish roots. He did rhyme Iceman with Nice Man. So
I saw that Polymarket bet.
Shout out to everybody who cleaned up on that. It happened.
Totally, Drake would be the one that cleaned up on that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way his gambling addicted ass didn't see
not.
that bet. It was like, well, now I fucking have to, right?
I mean, did you hear? About,
Drake knows that Drake. Okay, so here's the bad part, right? I guess the bad good part. Drake also knows ball. This nigga knows the internet, right? It's just none of his tactics have really worked since Kendrick kind of gave this nigga a wedgie in front of everybody, bro. Like, he called that man short, and then he walked up and packed him up in front of...
strut.
Yeah.
Bell-bottom jeans. Look to the camera. Smile. Hey, Drake. I heard you like 'em young.
Songs like Lil Birdie and Plot Twist and, of course, What Did I Miss is on here. And What Did I Miss is probably still, like, the toughest thing Drake has done since the whole Kendrick debacle. I mean, it's over 43 songs worth of material, which is why I really just call it a playlist.
Didn't he already release another album after Kendrick threw him in the dumpster?
And see, okay, all right, now we're gonna have this discussion, because I'm actually kind of tired of this too. And I think this is the reason why Jay-Z said he doesn't think battling should be a part of hip-hop anymore. I recently saw a video on YouTube about stan culture and how it too is to blame for the current state of the music industry, right? I think not battle culture, I think stan culture needs to die, right? I agree with the video that stan culture needs to die. I will amend Jay-Z's argument and say that from now on, if we're going to battle, I do think that it should be in a more competitive sense, in that, okay, like, fucking, you think you can make better songs than me? Then like, let's go for it then. Like, we're dropping tracks against each other, and yeah, we are gonna see who turns the fucking billboards up, right? Like, and I'm gonna drag you through the dirt the entire time I'm doing it,
the real personal digs.
Yeah, I feel like that's dead now. It's corny, and it's kind of been corny ever since. Like, unless you're going to take it to the URL stage, right? Like, if we're going to go like verses with it, and then like we're gonna go bar for bar, like actual battle, because we have that platform now.
But we don't need everybody. We don't need everybody releasing their version of Meet the Grams about someone else.
No, fuck that. We're done with that.
Yeah,
if you want
like that Meet the Grams was necessary.
No, Kendrick,
that needed to be the
This ain't
headshot.
even Meet the Grams anymore. This is Let the Party Die. The party's dead. We're done with that now. Making songs about a nigga to let him know you mad at him is corny. We're done with that, right? And instead, what I'm gonna do is every time I find out you're about to release, I'm gonna run all over your release, right? I'm gonna drop banger after banger after banger, yeah, so that you get drowned out, right? Which, in my argument, is what Drake is attempting to do here. He's still using the volume approach, right? The quantity over quality. Where
How
it's
many
like,
albums has Drake released since Not Like Us?
None. The nigga hasn't released anything. I think maybe that little hard drive drop came out after that, but it's all been social media posts. He's done the like Instagram live things. He's been on XQC's stream a whole bunch, right?
Was he on Aiden Ross?
Yeah, he was, and he's been like trying to build this narrative of like being nonchalant and not really caring about the whole battle, but then he spent 3 fucking albums rapping about how people really just gonna act like he wasn't that guy before Kendrick walked up and uppercutted him in his face in front of everybody.
Drake wrote 8 bars about how he's totally not bothered that he's not friends with LeBron anymore. He's still, definitely not bothered about it.
This nigga is still talking about fucking Joe Budden's exes, right? And I'm like, bro, you've been rapping about that since like fucking 2012, man. Like, we all know you chase Joe Budden's type around. Like, let it be.
Like, I never expect substance from Drake.
That's the thing. Okay, this is the argument I don't like, because we were getting stuff like that, and we have gotten content or music like that from Drake. Like, you go back to Take Care and Marvin's, like, and listen to songs like Marvin's Room, right? Like, we were getting quality Drake.
I like the Views album like a lot. Like, I really like the Views album.
And a lot of people feel like that is around the time when Drake really kind of, like, fell off. It was, like, after Scorpion, he started doing this braggadocious, I'm the man, like, you know, I'm the Don of rap and all that shit. And I think it's all very vapid, and I don't feel like he learned any
the production
lessons
on that really, like, that's when I really appreciated Drake's production. Also, like, it was fun to go to karaoke and do both parts of One Dance.
I feel like
no, not One Dance. The one he did with Rihanna. Expected to see you.
That was Drake's first
Billboard. This is me. This is something I can miss.
Oh yeah, then it's Too Good.
Yeah, that's it. Too Good. Yeah, I love doing both parts of the song Too Good.
I mean, listen, that's why part of what Kendrick was saying is that, you know, Drake need to go back to doing R&B songs and shit, right? Like,
I just saw a thread that said Kendrick makes music for people who can read cursive and analog clocks.
But instead, Drake seems to have taken the approach that meant the whole incident meant nothing to him. It has changed him in no way. He has needed to learn no lessons from it. In fact, I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing before all of that happened to prove to y'all that none of that had an impact on me. And everybody is going, nigga, you missed the point.
Yeah.
The reason why people were so quick to like turn and jump on the hate train wasn't because of bots or anything like that. It wasn't because of internet hype. It's because everybody has been saying since Scorpion, Drake needs to grow. Like, grow up emotionally and sonically. And he refuses and just put 3 fucking albums out saying, I refuse to do that.
Yep.
I absolutely... And the problem is, them shits are doing numbers. The songs on YouTube Music alone are already up in like the 7 million streams, right? Hold on.
Now, I think the difference between...
Whisper My Name, 7.8 million streams. Janice, Shut the Fuck Up, 6.5 million streams. Make Them Cry, 6.4 million streams. Make Them Pay, 4 million streams, right? National Treasure, 7 million streams. That's just Iceman, right? That's not even going into Habiti, and that's not even Maid of Honor, right? What Drake has done is strategically overwhelmed us with so much music that objectively we're all going to have to sit with it for a while, right? Because now what we have is all the reaction streamers and stuff like that telling you the album sucks, kind of drawing you in to make you go see, well, does it suck? Is it as bad as they say it is? I mean, you know, I have been consciously kind of avoiding it, right? Because I could tell from the initial reactions that everybody was giving that Drake has refused to grow up in his music. Right, so I was kind of avoiding it. I'm like, okay, I'm sure I'll hear it at some point.
The clips I've seen, it is like a lot of vapid, like, oh, you know, I'm still doing me, even though, fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
even though
like
everybody
I said,
turned their back on me.
He wrote half a verse about how he's totally not upset that LeBron James isn't his friend anymore.
He's having his Scarface at the desk with the mountain of cocaine moment before he runs out into the police raid type shit, and it's like there is no police raid, so Drake just looks sad and pathetic.
Yeah.
You know.
Say hello to my little friend to an empty room.
Yeah,
like
yeah. It hits different.
Yeah.
Right?
Like Drake right now is doing the Scarface scene, say hello to my little friend to an empty room.
Well, he did that in the What Did I Miss video, where he was out by the pool and he had all those AKs laid out and shit. But
the dude made an album called Wait, Never Mind.
Which was supposed to be the house wave that went crazy, and I just feel like it missed the mark because once again he was chasing the Beyonce trend. And here right now, because rap music is so weird and rap is so weird, he doesn't really have a trend to chase. Like, everybody is like, okay, you did songs with Sexy Red. He reunited with Future on a song called Ran to Atlanta, which, you know, Drake knows ball, so not bad.
That feels like him kissing the ring of Future.
You can frame it however you want to. I just think that Drake had the opportunity here to really kind of hit a metamorphosis.
That's
and
the type
he
of shit,
refused
though.
to
The way
do.
Drake moves, like, he's proven.
Drake
like,
is kind of
you run
like
to Atlanta when you need a.
Drake is kind of like rap's Pikachu. He refuses to evolve, right?
But he's not Ash's Pikachu. He's not the chosen one.
I mean, let's be real, though.
He's the plant.
He kind of, I don't know. Calling Drake a plant feels weird, even though we all know now from the lawsuit that, and the recent Rebel Wilson drama, where it was revealed that she has like this publicist that works for her that was putting out like bot armies to spread hate and false rumors about the director that she was working with on the movie. This same firm has worked with both Drake and Donald Trump in the past to do the same exact thing that he is alleging UMG is guilty of, right? Putting out bot armies and spreading internet hate campaigns against him to promote Not Like Us, right?
So we have talked off mic about the oncoming rock resurgence. Well, have you heard about the band Geese?
No, I have not.
So apparently this band Geese is getting really big because they have a marketing firm that does the running a whole bunch of accounts, spamming it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so it's the new
And, like,
form.
they're fine, but they're no Turnstile.
So, hey, shout out to Turnstile, though. The bot farming is clearly the new form that payola has taken, right? Like, you know, if
there is no profile picture, do not engage.
But, excuse me, I think there's something else to be said about hiring a PR firm that specializes in slandering your competition in order to kind of derail their trajectory. And the fact that our man, the Iceman, is guilty of working with, like, the firm that does that shit while also being in court going, nuh-uh, but you, while also recording songs going, they hate me, they want to see me fail.
It's very Republican of you, Drake.
So Republican, in fact, that apparently the White House thought it would be cool to use Iceman as a meme for some, I don't know, fucking Project 2026 propaganda. It all feels like a very, very bad reality. Like, once again, I am not a, like, gatekeeper of media, right? I think
we are not. We are more reactionaries to what we think is good, but clearly, if you're here, you've already heard about it.
I grew up in the heyday of trash TV, right? Like, you know, some people think, when they think trash TV, they think Ricky Lake, Geraldo, Jerry Springer.
I was about to say Jerry Springer.
I think Jersey Shore.
When you
Flavor
said
of
trash
Love,
TV, I think Jersey Shore is the first thing I think of.
Teen Mom, right? Like, these are the shows that
Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
My 400-pound life, Biggest Loser, shit
shows
like that.
I have argued broke America's brain and probably the world's brain for a very long time, right? Like, after 9/11, it just seemed like everybody didn't want to take things too seriously, right?
I mean, it's even gotten to the point where it's like the House Hunter meme, where it's like, oh, I'm an Etsy witch, and he has a basket weaving company with an employee total of 4. Our budget is $2.5 million.
It's just funny to think, and I promise I will bring this all back to, like, Drake and music, and then we'll move on to the next segment. It's just funny to think about how, like, when TV first started, it was literally just, like, the news and game shows.
It was 3 channels.
The news, game shows, and soap operas, right?
And Gunsmoke.
And now, which could arguably be a soap opera just disguised as a western,
and there was the Late Show.
I will put that in the news category, right? Even though it's given under the guise as comedy, it's still like infotainment.
And don't forget American Bandstand.
So news, game shows, and
homogenized culture, homogenized pop culture, as a fill-in for whenever they needed a spot to fill time.
I mean, hardly, though, because back then, right, like, culture was so scrubbed sterile that,
everything
culture
was live.
meant, like, Conway Twitty. And shit,
everything
like,
was live.
Yeah.
There was a time in American history where for, like, 8 hours during the night, you would just...
the TV went off.
It wouldn't be off, but it would just say no programming.
So the TV was off. So, yeah, like I said, news, game shows, and soap operas. Right, some kind of drama. Now,
I think Gunsmoke would count as a soap opera.
Yeah, now it's essentially the same, except for instead of hiring writers to do that because that's too expensive, how would we ever buy our 3rd mega yachts this year if we hired more writers? No, we'll just give real people a bunch of alcohol and put them on an island and tell them, no, you probably shouldn't cheat on your spouse, but the Netflix ratings say everybody think Kelly really likes you. So maybe go talk to Kelly. But first, take like 7 shots.
You want to know something wild? The economy is so fucked. The appeal of going on Survivor is drastically lower. You're like, $1 billion that like gets me out of student debt and maybe a down payment on.
The economy is literally large language models, OnlyFans, and sports betting. That's it. America is propped up on.
Let's move beyond sports betting because we got Polymarket and crypto.
Yeah.
Polymarket and Kalshi.
And to bring it all back to Drake, Drake is really betting that the amount of music that he just dropped will outlast the criticism that it is currently facing for continuing the trend of being shallow and disinterested
And possibly a pedophile.
And I'm not even entertaining that anymore, right? But like what I will say is that it is a very risky bet to take, but continuing with his gambling problem, it is very on brand for Drake.
Yep.
So we will see if he gets the max win he needs with these 3 albums. But you guys let us know what you think of the albums. Have you listened to all 3 of them? Will you listen to any one of them? Have you heard any of the songs?
Best meme I saw was, I'm not reading all of that, but I'm happy for you, or I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I ain't listening to all of that, but I'm happy for you, or I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah,
Like,
do you care, right? Like, are you facing rap fatigue? Because I still see a lot of that discussion happening right now, and which I think is, and I have explained why I think it's stupid. But, I feel like this doesn't necessarily help. I mean, were you expecting more from Drake? Let us know. And with that, we'll be right back.
break. And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. A weeble wop, a weeble wop, a weeble wop, a weeble.
Oh yeah, but this is no peaceful time in the jungle tonight, because you know what else is back? That's right, baby. Pandemics is back just in time for the summer. Drake couldn't be the only thing dropping this week, so the CDC had to come and hit us with a do-si-do. First, it was the Hanta virus, right?
Hantavirus.
Hannah Montana.
And then there's Ebola, but the CDC is
only
not
one
saying
of them
that.
you
That
get
would
from
be,
dirty
that
white
would be
girls.
The World Health Organization, which we left, because
Ebola, that's the real one. That's the real OG. They only bring Ebola out when it's time to put in work and do business.
And you know what? The last time we had an Ebola outbreak, it was during Obama's presidency, and only one person died. Trump is gonna make sure more
we
people
gotta run
die.
those numbers up.
He's gonna make sure
run
more
those
people
numbers
die,
up, baby. No, we doing it again? No, but according to everybody, the Hanta virus is just something TikTok wants you to be afraid of, right?
You get it from being around rat shit.
Yeah. So unless you're poison control or not poison control person, unless you're like a pest control person, right?
Or a sewer
some
person.
kind of exterminator or a plumber,
Like the Sewer King from Hey Arnold. Or the Morlocks from Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Or the mutants from Futurama.
In like construction, right? If you do real blue collar shit, but most of you
or a New Yorker, but only in Eric Adams, New York.
Most of you Starbucks blue-haired baristas are fine, okay?
By the way, I love how anybody with a college degree, according to the right wing, is qualified to be a barista.
And that's all they're qualified for.
No, but bare minimum, qualified to be a barista. I also love how they assume everybody with blue hair has a college degree.
It's just, I don't know, man. The current state of affairs here is really wild. Like, once again, at a time like this, both Ebola and the Hanta virus can go on and chill out somewhere. Like, we really got to get, like, the price of groceries, which, I don't understand how we ever expected or believed Donald Trump would bring the price of groceries down when this nigga claims he's never even heard the word groceries before.
It literally feels like it costs $100 to live in America today.
It's
like a day.
A day. At least. The rate that the fucking war is going and with the way gas prices are going up, and then the Supreme Court had to jump in there too and decide that it wanted to...
That black people don't matter.
We're not even supposed to be talking about that yet, though. It's kind of hard not to when that's like all that's really been happening. What's been good with you? It's been a while, big dog. How
Been
you
a while.
doing?
Been a while, so I'll tell you, I started trying a oldie but goodie rant of mine for stand-up, and it's been going rather well. I started doing my boneless chicken wings are a lie created by corporate America to sell the excess chicken stock that we produce over the excess of 10 months, considering we produce 2 months. In 2 months, the entire nation's consumption of chicken, and therefore all of the excess chicken has to go somewhere, so they end up rebranding them as buffalo wings, or boneless chicken wings, so they can market to our innate nostalgia, knowing that we all love chicken nuggets, but don't want to tell another adult to the face that we want to order chicken nuggets.
Do you really think there's still a cultural stigma of being an adult and ordering a chicken nugget platter while you're out?
Considering I asked people who were on a date, yes, there is. While on stage.
Have you ordered chicken nuggets while on a date?
I don't eat on dates because I have to maintain my girlish figure.
Don't be all spooky and shit.
Move in.
I don't need you to tell me how to stage things, sir. I was in theater. It may not have been Juilliard. The class may have been taught by Bob.
Shout out Bob Garvin.
But we still just shout out to Bob Garvin for real.
For
though.
real, shout out to Bob Garvin though.
We still did Shakespeare. I was Mercutio. Shout out to damn, what is that dude's name? The Mercutio from the Baz Luhrmann.
I can't
Romeo
remember,
and
but
Juliet.
that is Mercutio.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking at it. Yeah, this is the kind of content. This is the fucking gripping cultural content you come here for.
Normally,
To
he would
watch
just
me
shout Jamie.
Harold, it's fucking Harold Perrineau. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, Harold Perrineau. And shout out to that guy. Fucking OG acting doesn't get enough credit. One of those people, once again, I just feel like, because Hollywood doesn't really
I don't
like,
bite my thumb at you. I bite my tongue in thine general direction.
the swords being actual guns.
Yeah.
And that shit. I'm
Written with the word sword
across
on it. Like,
I mean, cause like, just in case you didn't get the joke, Shakespeare was talking about both flowers and vaginas. Oh yeah, double it back. No. But you're not getting away without answering this question though. Have you ever ordered chicken nuggets on a date? Be real, nigga.
no. Absolutely not.
My man was like, I will first, sir. I may be nerdy. I'm not stupid. This is okay.
Absolutely not.
I will not fumble the bag like that. Now, if she orders chicken nuggets, which I will take one off of her plate.
If she ordered boneless wings, I would shut my mouth for that night.
So you would be
For that
would
night.
you
If
be
she
more,
ordered boneless wings the second date, I'd be
Would you be
hesitant.
more
Third date, she does it
impressed?
again. Oh, she's getting the ramp.
Would you be more impressed if she ordered a like perfectly reasonable cut and like temperature of steak with the perfect pairing of microcraft, right? Or if she was just like full on genuine, I want nuggies and fries.
There's a song by Lupe Fiasco called Paris, Tokyo.
I don't even know how you managed to do that, but go ahead. I'm gonna let you cook. Go on.
Or no.
No.
Called
Yeah,
Gold
no.
Watch.
Okay.
She got a gold watch and a gold chain and a fancy car and a diamond ring, and she ghetto broad and she so plain and
Okay, where are you going though, right? Because I
He
get
fell
that
in
J.
love
Cole.
with both of them. He fell in love with the one that
Right.
ordered the chicken nuggets, and he fell in love with the one that ordered the perfect cut of meat.
And saying they're both equally impressive. Okay, all right, fair cop out. I mean, I guess. Is there an order that's a red flag to you?
Gluten allergy.
Okay, so
Because it makes me wonder if it's a real
How picky
gluten
are you?
allergy
Yeah,
or if it's like a TikTok thing.
Are you self-diagnosed? Is that tism real?
It's like-
or is
like
it
a-
a learned TikTok
Like
behavior?
a vegan thing, I would be like,
I need
all
this-
right,
I
I
need-
roll my eyes and
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, I've dated vegans before. A gluten allergy would make
Yeah.
me go, I don't.
I need to see your For You page, real quick.
But yeah, I feel like I've dated vegans, and I know what it's like to date a vegan. I mean, it makes going to a steakhouse great, but it makes ordering takeout awful. But like a gluten allergy would have me suspect. I mean, the only thing like if you ate people, like, I mean, yeah, that's probably out of the question.
Probably out of the question? What do you mean probably out of the question? Like, so like, how hot are we talking?
Drolta.
Yeah.
Drolta from Castlevania.
So a vampire?
Yeah.
She's got to be vampire hot. No, but like, give me a real life example of like a Jennifer's Body type scenario. Because you said,
I mean,
a possibly.
Meg the Stallion cosplayed as Drolta, so
Meg the Stallion. So if you chilling with Meg the Stallion and you ask for a snack and she brings a jar of like pickled nigga fingers out, that's where you draw the line. Is it because I said nigga fingers? Does it feel racist?
it does feel a little racist.
Because I said nigga fingers.
Yeah.
But so
I mean, I feel like I would actually be getting Jamaican Sukuna.
She was like, I got the Jujutsu Kaisen special. No, you don't understand.
I like a girl with a fat ass, like Grammy Award winner Megan Thee Stallion.
Also a cannibal. Grammy Award winning cannibal, Megan Thee Stallion. Is that why Tori shot her in her feet? Is that why? Because she tried to eat his feet?
The silver
Is
bullet?
that why?
Tory Lanez, the vampire hunter?
What a twist!
Was it a silver bullet or was it silver glass? According to the initial police report. No, that's fucked up. It's still fucked up. It doesn't make it okay.
No.
Sorry.
But if Meg Thee Stallion happened to be a vampire,
Being hot does not make eating people okay.
But-
It's weird that is a hard yellow flag for you, followed only by or preceded only by
life is supposed to be
gluten allergy.
fast, fun, and short.
Gluten allergy, weird. Eats
Gluten
people. I mean, I don't know how hot it is.
Honestly, with the gluten allergy, I feel like the hotter the girl is, the more sus it is.
I feel like my dating red flag, like if we're out to dinner, right? And you try to be cute and order something like small, like, oh, I only want an appetizer. Like, did I bring you to the Cheesecake Factory for if you wasn't even gonna order a fucking cheesecake? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, that's a perfect lead-in to
that was a Drake reference.
the stupidest thing I've seen on Threads all week. So, while you were perusing Threads, did you see anything about the $50 cheesecake?
No, what? No.
Yeah.
What? I feel like I had a Scooby-Doo and Shaggy moment just now. Raggy? $50 cheesecake? Excuse me? What do you mean?
My daughter requested a cheesecake for her birthday. We just moved to the area, so I asked on the neighborhood page for recommendations. And a ton of people raved about a local mom in my neighborhood who made cheesecakes people are still dreaming about. So I placed an order. Y'all, for $50, this is what she got.
that cheesecake look like it been on Ozempic. That's an Ozempic cheesecake. And cheesecake got more graham cracker crust than it got cheesecake.
She could not get her $50 refunded. The cheesecake was so bad, it got Cheesecake Factory to join threats.
Slime.
It was so bad that Cheesecake Factory had to join threats to chime in.
I looked at that cheesecake, right, and you know what it looked like to me? It looked like she cut the entire top half of the cheesecake off and kept it for herself, and then gave them the bottom half. And
you know what it looked like to me? It looked like a Domino's deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like a Domino's handmade pan pizza.
Yeah, like
and
a
I love
breakfast
the Domino's
pizza type
handmade
shit.
pan pizza, but I don't want a cheesecake that's made like a Domino's handmade pan pizza.
Yeah, it's wild, right? Like, I'm sitting over here like, excuse me, that's a fucking cheesecake. It looks like a breakfast pizza. And to know that it also tasted bad is fucking awful.
If they just branded it as a cheesecake pizza, how would you feel about it? A cheesecake pizza, I would if they called it a deep dish cheesecake pizza.
That doesn't excuse it tasting bad though.
Yeah, no, but it would definitely make the appearance of it
a bit more justifiable. Yeah, because this is like I said, an Ozempic cheesecake. It is very thin. It seems
like a handmade pan pizza.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you just called it, and the person who made it was like, I never said it was New York style.
What the fuck is? I didn't even know they had New York style cheesecake. Right?
Really? Like that's it.
Nah, I'm not that deep into cheesecake lore, my nigga, and I love cheesecake, right? But like what I'm also saying
like
here is
the basic cheesecake is the New York style cheesecake.
It looks like when you make the ingredients, but you realize you don't have the right size pan. So she used what pan she had, and it was just too big, and she was like, well, hopefully they'll get it.
You know
right?
what? It looked more to me like they mixed all the ingredients, but realized they didn't have enough.
Oh, so you're thinking the opposite. They didn't have enough ingredients.
Yeah.
So they tried to thin it out and make it look like it was more abundant.
Yep.
That's awful. That's awful, man. Kind of like live streamers getting shot for fucking around and finding out.
Yeah. I don't know if it's terrible.
Yeah, in this case, I don't really know if it's terrible either, because Chud the Builder fucked around and found out finally.
He got his ass whooped, and he's getting charged with attempted murder.
Yeah, man. And he shot himself.
Yeah.
Like, all
he cheddar bobbed himself.
All in the same day. Look,
cheddar bob
ain't got glorious. Ain't got good.
For all of you Zoomers who don't know what getting cheddar bobbed means,
go watch 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And don't watch it through like TikTok clips. Actually go watch the movie on one of the streaming services that you have. And don't just watch it on like a laptop unless you have to watch it on a laptop because you don't own like a TV, but you should probably watch it on like an actual TV. And stop
Palms
feeding into the idea.
Hands are weak. Mom's spaghetti.
That,
There's vomit on his spaghetti. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he is calm spaghetti. Drop bombs, but he keeps on spaghetti.
And don't feed into the idea that second screen content is the thing that media companies should be focusing on. Anyway, Chud the Builder.
What a name!
Yeah. Fucking hit a peak. I mean, you know, originally from what they say, Clarksville, Tennessee, and was out there.
You know you're a dumbass when you own the name Chud.
He was on stream, crying and complaining about how his baby mama wanted to change the son's last name to her last name because he's ruined his reputation.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, duh, like, you didn't think that, like, maybe she was like, I don't know if I want people like apparently the kid is like getting harassed in school and stuff because his dad is going around harassing
Like-
people in real life for the
Like,
lols.
be happy that this is what she's choosing. All of Hitler's descendants decided to just not have kids anymore.
I mean,
They were like,
listen,
no, this name dies with us.
Sometimes he was. I mean, I think he shot himself in the leg. So he was very close to.
I thought Hitler shot himself in the head.
Nah, let's not do Chud the Builder any injustice in comparing him to somebody he has yet to achieve status.
What are you talking about? He's like Nazi militia man. He's not even good enough to be Hitler.
Chud the Builder is the kind of person that the Nazi soldiers made fun of in that new Wolfenstein game, like Wolfenstein New Order or whatever.
Always going to hype up whatever the newest Wolfenstein game is. My favorite franchise. It's all about killing Nazis.
It's also a franchise in where the Nazis win and they help take over they help the South take over the United States together through racism. But like there are moments in the game where the Nazi soldiers have interactions with like the Southern soldiers and stuff like that, and they make fun of like the way they speak German and like their IQ and shit. And it's just very reminiscent of the way, like, modern European fascists treat American fascists now. Like, nobody really respects the MAGA movement. It's not, like, a respectable authoritarian takeover.
Yo, Trump was greeted in China by a bunch of little girls dancing, and the goodbye gift he got from Xi was rose seeds.
I'm just saying, nobody really takes us seriously, but they're like, damn, you guys, so y'all are in control of America now, huh?
They're trolling us with one layer of nuance, and Trump completely misses the one layer of nuance.
It does not know what groceries are.
It's a new word. By the way, he also has just said, no, the affordability living situation of Americans, I don't think about at all. Just straight up, like, double down. Said it.
Yep.
Clear.
I think about Iran and how they shouldn't have a nuclear weapon. So our president pretty much has Iran derangement syndrome. Yes, that's right. He has decided.
Iran.
I don't do that, Anderson. Calm down. You think Trump gives a fuck how it's pronounced?
No, but the ballroom.
You better make sure you put some respect on that ballroom. Do you think it's going to be ready in time for the fight on the White House lawn?
Absolutely not. But I'm sure the redoing of the reflecting pool to turn it into a fucking country club rip-off terrible pool, like...
Yo, I'm saying though, right? And they criticized the Obama administration for...
I am fully in the movement of the moment that they all fall out of power, the moment that they start complaining, we just say, no, fuck you, shut the fuck up, and just continue.
I'm like...
The adults are speaking.
And then this stupid, like, what are they having today? Or what did they have today? The revival reincarnation ceremony where they unveiled a fucking golden statue of Trump at the memorial pool.
No. So the golden statue of Trump, which is 22 feet tall, is at his golf course in Florida, which they had a pastor for the event, who explicitly said, no, this is not a golden calf.
Yeah, the rededicated 250 event was held, it was held on the National Mall to rededicate the U.S. as one nation under God, because, you know, Christo-fascism is not real. You guys are just worried about nothing. But it featured a video message from the president, who was not there himself, and an address by House Speaker Mike Johnson.
Who, by the way, says that the $170-something thousand Congress members make is not enough for them to live on, and they should be allowed to do insider trading.
Right. So by therefore admitting that the fucking minimum wage is way too low because most people do not come anywhere close to $170,000
Nope.
on the minimum wage. So thank you for that, Mike. And thank you, Rededication Ceremony, for the balloons released and the giant, what did you say, 22-foot golden statue?
22-foot gold statue of Donald Trump.
That's definitely not a golden idol.
Definitely
guys.
not a golden cat.
That's definitely not a golden cat.
Because it's celebrating Donald Trump's golden revival of America. Not the
one nation under God, God being the one, the only,
God,
Donnie J.
which works through Trump. Ignore the Pope. He's soft on crime.
Yeah, it's too woke. He's too woke. He won't let me say the R word. Fuck out of here. And he likes the Mets. What a weird.
No, he's a White Sox.
Oh, is he a White Sox
He's a
fan?
White
I thought you
Sox
said
fan.
he was a Mets fan.
That's why it was so natural when somebody gave him like the baseball bat.
Yeah.
He held it like a mobster, like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, that guy's from Southside. He's not gonna fuck around.
Yeah, Trump likes to think he's a mobster, but at this point, he's kind of like
Anybody
aging,
from Southside of Chicago is tougher than Trump.
he's aging like a lobster. Not gracefully, he's becoming rigid and more ignorant by the day.
And I think we can say that, like, between the incompetence of the administration and
Like-
Mike Johnson saying that they don't even make enough to live, you know, it's kind of wild to see that New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani was able to balance the $12 billion deficit that Eric Adams left without cutting any public services or actually he added some like teachers jobs and he increased public services and eliminated New York City's debt
And how
completely
did he? And how did he
in
do
5
that?
months
And how did he do that?
by taxing the rich
Oh,
and by
And they
approaching
didn't
the
all-
governor and being like,
and they didn't all immediately sell their homes and flee New York City?
no. He also went to the governor and was like, look, we give this much in taxes. We should get this much back. And the governor, Kathy Hochul, was like, you know what, Zohran? You're right. Let's throw on child care for 3-year-olds on top of it. How's that sound?
I mean, listen, at this point, Zohran really is fighting the fight for a greater New York state, not
No,
just
he is
New
giving-
York City.
He is sparking everybody to just be like, look, they're able to do this in the biggest city of America this fucking fast.
Yeah, and I mean, we will have to sit and wait for the outcome of these tax proposals, right? Because realistically, some of that millionaire flight is going to be real, right? Like, they will sell their homes because they don't want to be taxed, but some of them will just kind of eat that tax increase, right? And the whole point that they've been doing is they're bitching because they don't want to, but they will because they know how insignificant it is.
Because they pay more in attack ad campaign donations than they would in actual taxes.
Yes, that is part of the irony of all of this, is the amount of money they are spending to destroy the potential of a socialist America is much more money than it would have cost to just do a socialist America.
Because they would rather spend more money and egotistically maintain the idea that they won than just...
No, it's because they hate you. It's
Well, that, I mean, both.
No,
Both.
yeah, I mean,
Both.
sure, but it's mostly because they hate you.
Yeah, because
and
they
think
would
you're
hate
grubs.
to lose to you.
No, and the only reason they would hate to lose to you is because losing to you as a plebe, as a serf, shouldn't even be possible.
Right.
It breaks their brains. I will keep pushing this narrative because it's real. They reveal it every fucking day. they don't understand how we function and exist because they're weak.
The proletariat invented the guillotine.
They are weak. We invented everything. Amazon would not function if it was not for the dedicated workers who are there because they have no other option.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing with Walmart. It's the same thing with all of the Trump casinos. It's the same thing with the military. To be honest with you, there are certain people there who are dedicated to, like, you know, serving the country. The military you could make, you know, more of a moral argument for, right? But, like, the people working, I mean, I'm sorry, like, people keep talking about baristas like it is not the largest employment industry in the, I mean, it's like healthcare, right? Hospitality, right? And then tech. And then everything outside of that is OnlyFans and sports betting. What are we fucking talking about here?
Yeah, no, a lot of an amazing amount of America's economy is service-based.
That is the new coal mines. That there aren't any more labor jobs like that. They keep trying to make you think there are more mining jobs. We're running out of fossil fuel. The fuck are you talking about? There are no more mining jobs.
Yearn for the mine.
They're not coming back. Now they want you to frag and
They
mine natural
yearn
gas.
for the mines. They yearn for your yearning.
But those positions are filled too. They want us in company towns, living in company apartments, working for whatever corporation has bought up the town because they have killed the economies.
I feel like there's a Billy Joel song that would be appropriate to enter here.
That's literally what's happening right now. We are seeing the pump and dump of America.
Yeah. And we have someone who is actually showing that it can work. And he's doing it in, like, weird, creative ways. Did you see, like, the municipal March Madness bracket he made?
No.
Where people submit, like, their top complaints that they need the city to fix. And they did a bracket of, like, the top 64 complaints.
So he's making it fun to
Yeah, and
participate
he even
in
said, he's like,
local
look,
government.
he's like, look, we're going to fix all of them.
Yeah.
But the winner, we're going to fix first.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get the people engaged again, right? Because that
The
is
snow shoveling thing, like,
yeah,
shit, with the rate that they were paying, I would have probably gone out and shoveled snow.
surprise, surprise. If you let the government run jobs and give people money, those jobs actually translate to a better economy, right? Like,
He also secured a huge settlement against one of the biggest landlords to fix a lot of their shit in rent control apartment.
So it does work, right? And the myth that everybody's bought into the system and everybody's corrupt, right? Like, I mean, you know, I'm still waiting to see what shakes out with a lot of the financial fuckery that's been talked about when it comes to Brandon Scott, right? And the Francis Scott Key Bridge does keep going up in its budget, and instead of getting a new
Let's blame that
FBI
on
building,
Wes. Brandon's our guy.
and instead of getting a new FBI building, we're getting a dome in the National Harbor.
Yeah, that one's weird. However, I know, like, the big thing Brandon's getting shit on right now is for being out in Vegas at a business conference for people who work in, like, shopping districts. Well, it's probably because we have, like, an empty shopping district on the fucking harbor.
Yeah, I see
The
Brandon.
Hooters is gone.
Yeah, I see Brandon getting a lot more heat for how money is being transferred around, like how like city municipal funds are being transferred around, and who's connected to who and how they're getting those funds, kind of thing. It seems like there's a lot of favoritism, which is pretty on par for local politics, but it doesn't look good when you are supposed to be, like, you know, one of the progressive mayors on the forefront of a city that seriously needs a rebranding and in general is doing a good job of rebranding itself.
Is doing a great job because, like, the art scene in Baltimore is on
the art scene, the music scene, the food scene, all of that. The little local
crime
venues
rate has gone way down.
way down.
And it's like people were like, I saw one where they were like,
The narrative is shifting.
Brandon was using money to take his staff to Ravens games. I'm like, okay, whatever.
These are some of the allegations he's getting hit with,
Like
right?
that's
And
the
it
type of
makes
one
you
where I'm like, great, the team has been doing a great job and they've been saving money. Sure,
Right. So
take them to a Ravens game.
right. I mean, it's better than taking them to Little St. James. However, right, the narrative is shifting.
And here's the other thing. I feel like what do you think would be worse? Him using
Definitely
the
Little
funds
St. James
to get those tickets, or him getting gifted tickets by Steve Bisciotti, the owner of the Ravens?
There's no way Steve Bisciotti is gifting that nigga tickets. He probably looks at him and he's like, "What are you doing in my city? Baltimore used to be tough. It used to be gritty. You're making us soft, Brandon. You're swimming in the harbor. What is that?"
I mean, I'm pretty sure Brandon's got a bone to pick with Kevin Plank, at least. The guy who owns Under Armour.
Yeah, I mean, because
He,
look at
like,
that facility.
the Baltimore Peninsula project,
Yeah.
he was just like, I'm done.
Washed his hands of it, right? And that was supposed to be like a groundbreaking training facility, right? Like that was supposed to be like the premier spot for a lot of like college
the
athletic training and stuff.
The apartments are occupied. The shopping district
Barely.
is a ghost town.
Yeah.
The Under Armour complex is a fraction of what it was supposed to be.
Yep.
However, still won an ABC Diamond Award for our work. And like there's just untouched like development sites all around.
That's the issue. I feel the main issue with Baltimore, right, is it has done a significant amount of rebranding and revamping over the last decade or so, right? But the city still has a long way to go, not only one aesthetically, but two also reputation wise, because I mean, we just can't escape the wire.
So, like, the other thing is redeveloping, like, the harbor and the peninsula area of Baltimore is really hard.
Yeah.
Because did you know that Baltimore used to have a monopoly, a global trade monopoly on chromium ore?
No, I did not know that.
We had a global monopoly on the production of chromium ore until the end of the 19th century. And during World War II, we were the nation's leading producer of chromium. For most of, I'm going somewhere with this.
I'm letting you cook.
For most of World War II.
Cooking with chrome.
Now, as the factories and manufacturing jobs dried out in Baltimore and the chrome ore deposits started to dry up, it didn't change the fact that there was a heinous amount of soil pollution on that area. So it was like chromium pollution of the soil. Have you seen the movie Aaron Brockovich?
Yeah.
The exact same thing that Aaron Brockovich was going after was all over Fells and the Baltimore Peninsula. So it's really hard to redevelop a lot of that material. Like the new Perkins apartments that are getting built right in Summertown Old Set Perkins neighborhood had a little bit of a delay because of the chromium tainted soil.
The cleanup that was necessary or required
from decades.
From
decades ago.
I mean, listen, I would argue that we're cleaning up a lot of toxic waste from around that time that people just kind of, but innovation, right? You got to get rid of those pesky
and
regulations.
This is a problem that Baltimore has had ever since then, but just now is getting tackled.
I like microplastic.
So, Brandon's getting the heat because we're trying to solve something that's been an issue and just no one has talked about before.
So that's part of, I feel like what's happening.
Fuck you for trying to solve a problem, I guess?
I feel like that's part of what's happening with Wes, right? In the whole budget situation where everybody's like, when...
Wes is also at a standstill with the person in the Senate about gerrymandering.
Yeah,
Wes is like, we gotta do this, bruh.
And Angela is like, no. Hey, I don't know. man. It's a rough one because so many states were quick to run to their halls of Congress and houses of Senate to gerrymander their
Within hours.
districts in favor of Republicans, right? So, like, to me, it really does signal, like, I know we've been, like, I honestly feel like we've been in a soft civil war ever since Mitch McConnell and the GOP refused to nominate Barack Obama's Supreme Court nomination.
Yep.
Right. But this gerrymandering war definitely, like, I guess the cultural civil war has been, like, kicked up a lot, but this is a serious notch in the political side of things.
No, especially when the Supreme Court was like, no, Virginia voters, you can't have what you voted for.
Yeah, right. Like, and was that specifically Virginia's Supreme Court?
No, I
or
think,
the Supreme Court.
I think that was the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I thought I heard that it was Virginia's Supreme Court.
It might be, but a Supreme Court was like, pulled the Dikembe. No.
Yeah, and that's like, and this is where we get to how important it was and how stupid it was for our Democratic representatives to not take advantage of packing courts when they had the chance, right? And we left all those seats open and vacant for the GOP to just do fuck all with because, fucking civility and fairness or whatever, right?
All right, so here's what I want the next Democrat with the unreasonable amount of power that Trump has right now, right? Here's what I want them to do.
Sweeping mandate.
Here's what I want them to do. Go in, fucking prosecute anyone involved with this shit.
Yeah, no.
Prosecute everyone involved. And then use all of your blatant executive order abuse privileges to set everything right, and then use one final global super executive power privilege thing to put the limits on yourself. And codify everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with pretty much all of that. I wanted to ask you about the premise of this video I saw the other day where the suggestion was two major things need to happen on the other side of this, you know, when we, depending on how we come out on the other side of this, right? And one of those things is a mass revamping of the standard of education throughout the country.
Yeah.
Right. Just a complete overhaul of the U.S. educational system.
Yeah.
Right. And I think personally feel like that should include at least 2, but 4 years of public college. I think it should be mandatory for every U.S. student at this point, and I think that would be the free college that Bernie and the liberals were talking about. Like, if you just extended school from 12th grade all the way up to a bachelor's degree.
To 16th grade?
Well, I mean, yeah, bachelor's degree, right? You know, or you could, like, go off into trade certification at that point, right? Because that's the other thing, too, that I think needs to be included in the revamping of American education is the trade and labor standards or education in America, right? Because we need much more. If we had more craftsmen, more toolmen and shit like that, we wouldn't be falling to the fucking state of economy that we're in now, right? It's like fucking 3 actual furniture makers in the entirety of the United States, right?
Yup. And one of them is Nick Offerman.
We have no artisans. We sold all of our, like, textile machines to Japan, so now we don't even make our own fucking clothes anymore.
Or anime.
You know, yeah, I mean, yeah, and now we're shipping off all of our animation jobs. We're shipping off all the fun jobs too now, right? Like, we got.
What's crazy is like Amazon is outsourcing Invincible's animation budget to North Korea, and it still sucks.
So we are in this, like, weird state right now. We are in this weird point in our country right now where, the other thing that they were saying needs to happen is a mass religious deprogramming of the country.
Yeah.
Right? And that, I think, is going to be the interesting hill to climb. Right? That's going to be the fucking hornet's nest to tackle. Right?
Ooh,
because
here's another one I want to add. We need to institute Germany's types of laws when it comes to talking about the Nazi Party. When it comes to, like, Jim Crow and...
Yeah, I think a part of...
Confederate shit, like, that shit should get...
Yeah, I think a big part of the revamping of education needs to be a larger focus on the time period after the Civil War leading up to the Civil Rights era. Right, we need to cover Jim Crow and the labor movement in the United States.
You have to cover
much more
that era more thoroughly before you get into World War II.
Well, yeah, World War II.
World War II is its own section.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, sharecropping needs to be talked about more. I think we need to talk about more, like, the kind of things that were happening across the country as this mass forced integration was happening.
Ooh,
right?
Here's a good thought experiment that we can do right now. So I've always thought that history should be taught in epochs instead of regions. So time periods.
I mean, I feel like it is, depending on, I guess, where you went to school. And that, too, I think there needs to be a standardization of education, too, right? And that's risky because who determines that standard? But what we are seeing now is the result of a lot of, and yes, I will vocalize this on mic, I'm putting the blame on you, Gen Xers, because a lot of their education was, like, patchworked. Right, depending on, for Gen Xers, it really depends on where you went to school and what region of the country you went to school in, the kind of history lessons you were taught, right? If you went to school in, like, the Upper East or, like, maybe a little bit in the Midwest, right? Because they kind of have, like, a labor-friendly history there. The West Coast, obviously, coastal cities, right, are known for their more liberal education standards. But it still depends on where on the coastline, whether or not you were taught about the war of northern aggression or not. You know what I mean? So, like, obviously, Florida is not going to include, especially now, Florida is not going to include the fact that a lot of farm owners and sharecroppers and stuff during the time after slavery and the Civil War would do things like feed black babies to alligators and stuff. Like, we're not going to talk about the fact that slave hair can still be found in old Southern furniture to this day. No, like, why would we go over that?
So, I was thinking about history being taught in epochs and about how art reflects culture. So, media can entertain as much as it can teach. So, if you were going to, and as someone who was taught messages in history using media by some wonderful teachers, what do you think are some of these types of movies or pieces of media that would be beneficial when teaching this history? And the first one that came to my mind, because it's recent, but also can be explained, is Sinners with the 1920s.
I feel like Sinners is a bit of flash in the pan propaganda when it comes to historical, like, references.
So
right,
here's another one, and less focus on, like, the content of the movie, but the viewpoint and the antagonization between both parties. But Dawn of the 20th Century, Gangs of New York.
Okay, so here is where I'm gonna push back a little bit, and not in, like, a high and mighty sense, and I don't want anybody to think like I'm virtue signaling when I say this, but I think under the current state of climate of media, I think the push should really be for a return to reading proper literature.
I agree, but I also feel like education does have to find a way to adapt, and I do feel like doing this would be a way to not only teach history, but encourage media literacy.
No, I agree there, and we definitely need a focus on media literacy, especially with the proliferation and the abundance of AI, right? Like the inevitability of large language models. And
That's
AI
not only an
generated
astute
content.
observation, it's prophetic. You are a genius, and maybe the smartest person in the world for thinking of that.
Yeah, thanks, ChatGPT. I do, however, feel like I don't know. There's so much to be, because movies are subjective, right? They're not objective. Sometimes there are objective morals that are being presented in these works of media.
Here's another a more objective, everybody can kind of. Saving Private Ryan is considered one of the most historically accurate depictions of World War II.
Right. But Joker memes exist and Joker culture exists. And niggas who think the Joker and Thanos are somebody to be looked up to also exist, because you can argue that this is because they don't have media literacy and don't understand that even though these villains are making objectively good points, they're still objectively bad
Terrible people. Yes.
But there's still a lot of dudes with Joker tattoos who like to go, but we live in a society.
And a lot of trolls who like to go, oh, I thought there it is.
Yeah. So philosophy.
And I'm just sitting here going, Golden Child.
I would argue that if we are, and hear me out. Here's my hear me out. If we are going to be sharing media content in school, it should be more YA, anime, child based, right?
Not YN.
No, not. YNs can be YA too. So yes, YNs as well.
YA. YNYA.
I don't know if you should be saying YN so enthusiastically. However,
Hawaiian.
I will say that yes, YNs as well, because YNs deserve to see themselves represented.
That's how Hank would produce Hawaii or Hawaiian. Hawaiian
deserve to see themselves represented
God,
in media
that's so
as well.
accurate. Hank Hill would definitely go Hawaiian.
I need a YN isekai, right? I was a Chicago hood, but now I'm a prince in medieval Glotenberg, right?
No. They get isekai'd into a mountain bandit gang. And they're like, I am unleashed!
Yeah, even better, right? Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good time for us to
Take a break.
You take a sound, any sound, record it, and then change its nature by a multiplicity of operations. You record it at different speeds, you play it backwards, you add it to itself over and over again. You adjust filters, echoes, acoustic qualities, you combine segments of magnetic tape. By these means and many others, you can create sounds.
And we're back.
Back again.
To round the episode out, and we're gonna do that. We're talking about the roast of Kevin Hart. Did you get a chance to watch it yet?
I definitely saw some highlight clips.
Yeah, y'all like
There
how I
were
put him
a
on the
lot
spot
of
like that?
There were a lot of.
Helps me avoid answering the question of whether
my
I've
take
watched
after
it.
seeing a lot of clips is, we get it. Kevin swallows.
Damn. There were a whole lot of Kevin is gay jokes.
The Diddy Party one that I think it was Kat that said it, where he was like,
so, okay, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet, I think Cat Williams and Kevin Hart pulled Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes and were like, ha, psych, we not really beefing, y'all. It's all love.
but Kat going,
in the best way
look,
possible.
It's fine that, you know, we make jokes about Kevin being at the Diddy Party. What's weird is that he always gets really quiet when we do.
Yeah. Dog, I mean, that was probably the best part of the entire roast, which if you didn't hear over us talking over each other, did not watch either. But I have seen quite a few clips now. I've seen all the clips of Tony Hinchcliffe making himself look more cringe clam than ever.
Did you see Chelsea Handler roast him
Yes.
and Andrew Schultz?
Yeah, not just Chelsea Handler, but also Cheryl Underwood as well, right?
And Draymond Green was there for some reason.
Who got up there and let them know, like, hey, y'all can say whatever the fuck you want under the guise of freedom of speech, but just know we watching and we gonna reach back. Right? And Chelsea Handler was there to let them know, like, fucking white women mean that too, nigga. 'Cause
Chelsea Handler is a real one.
not all of us are Laura Ingraham.
I love, like, the cultural, like fact that, like, Chelsea Handler and 50 Cent used to date.
I mean, shit. In this,
That's just like a fun one where I'm like, oh, that was the thing? That's cool.
the guest lineup
Unexpected, but cool.
was pretty stacked as well. I mean, you know, Regina Hall was there as a guest and kind of like, had a pretty decent segment where she also introduced Cat Williams. It was hosted by Shane Gillis, who was probably the least problematic white person of the night. And that says a lot considering the kind of jokes Shane Gillis told that night. And it reminded a lot of people of the roast of Flavor Flav, right? Because the thing that gets under black people's skin a lot about with these roasts is every time the person is black and they're getting roasted, the jokes are always about how black that person is. Like when Shaq was getting roasted, it was all about him being big and black and Shaq. When Flavor Flav was getting roasted, it was all about him being little and loud and black.
Kind of looking like the alien that they bring out in Congress to be like,
they
this is
said
from the
all
files.
kinds of shit. Cat Williams had a bit about it in his earlier stand-up where he was like, and Flavor Flav was called all kinds of crispity crackly coons. Right? And they don't say that shit about Tom Brady and them, right?
But
Who
they
was
definitely
also
let
there.
Tom Brady have it the way Giselle had it from her...
Getting it from Tom Brady?
No, from her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor.
Who was not Draymond Green.
Who was there for some reason.
Draymond Green was there. Tiffany Haddish was there. Gabriel
Jeff Ross, of course, was there.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson was there, because of course, right?
Like, there are so many people on there, I'm just like, I didn't even see clips of you. Like,
Bert Kreischer was there. Jeff Ross is there, because obviously Jeff Ross is there.
Jeff Ross is at every roast.
He's like
That
prior.
is his thing.
Yeah, he's like the official host, which is kind of wild that Shane got to do it this time, right?
No, Jeff is not a host. Jeff is a roaster.
Yeah, but Jeff has been like the unofficial
Who
host.
would Jeff Ross host as a roast?
Jeff Ross has been like the unofficial roast hoster for a very long time.
I think the only person I could know, like, as far as hosting a roast, like Jeff is like the premier roaster. But like the only person I can think of, like,
and
Jeff
carries them
hosting
a lot.
roast for, it has to be somebody who like pisses off literally everyone. Like, I could see Jeff Ross hosting the roast of Charlemagne the God.
Jeff even had a show on Comedy Central at one point, I feel like, where comedians were roasting each other, right? Like he was hosting like a roast battle style show.
Yeah.
That's
why I'm saying
how
I don't
deep-
think Jeff, and it didn't go anywhere. That's why I feel like Jeff isn't a host. He is just like he is to bomb beyond insanity.
That's why I said
That's
he's
what he
at
is.
the he's
He
the
is-
that's
he
why I
is
said
sauce
unofficial.
number 9 on Hot One.
He is the unofficial because once again Jeff is at every single roast and his roasts are always
Savage.
pertinent. These, however, were a lot of Kevin is short, Kevin is black, Kevin is gay jokes, which just cool, I guess. Shout out to Tony Hinchcliffe and them for getting to further push this narrative that what America needs is to be able to punch down more. And shout out to Chelsea Handler and Cheryl Underwood and Regina Hall for
Telling them to fuck off.
for showing them that we can also punch down. I guess that's what we learned from all of that. I mean, I don't know. Shout out to Kevin. I mean, Kevin has had a very you know what it made me think of, and to end this on a lighter note. Kevin has the opportunity to do a really funny thing right now.
What?
Well, Spirit Airlines just went bankrupt.
Yes.
And all the real OGs will remember Kevin Hart from a little urban classic known as Soul Plane. Kevin is now a millionaire, like for real millionaire. Not like because he won the lottery
Like
in
fuck
the movie
you money millionaire.
in the movie Soul Plane.
He has fuck you money.
So Kevin has enough money to buy Spirit Air. Kevin and Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Jay-Z and all his other gay-ass Diddy Party friends have enough money to buy Spirit Airlines and do Soul Plane for real. And I just feel like the fact that nothing else is normal.
Wait, hold on. You said the Diddy Party friends. So Sinatra had the Rat Pack. How about this one? For them, we call them the Backpack.
I thought you were going to say the oil pack.
No, the Backpack.
The Oilers. Kevin Hart and the Oilers need to go ahead and just buy Spirit Airlines and turn it from Spirit Airlines to Soul Plane. It's there. It's so on the nose. I'm almost mad I have to tell you to do it, Kevin. And the chances that you'll fucking hear this are more proof that none of this is normal.
But what should be normal is like, share, and subscribe in the Flood Pod on everything, and that is on everything.
Following us at Signature Doc on Instagram
and at Ziggy Starscream on everything, but definitely uses Threads the most. And a shout out to our patrons in Rage Peacock.
Hey, we see you checking in at the end of the episode with us. Holla at y'all boys later.
The coolest cat. And a Thunder Knight Ryo and an Andrew P. Raymer. Beep, 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 beep.
And shout out to all the new listeners that made it to the end of the episode and are clicking that subscribe button as we speak. Deuces.
Deuces.
Look, it's a flood.
The flood.
It's flooding.
Get away.
Quick, we need to get to higher ground.
Open the floodgates.
Wait, why can't we talk about black stuff?
Time to